Hey, how's it going, guys? My name's Luke. If you don't already know me, this is a little bit about me. I'm 24 years old. Back when I was 18, I weighed almost 450 pounds. Since then, I've lost quite a bit of weight. I've lost almost 195 pounds. This video is what I like to keep in my kitchen to help me maintain or improve my physique. Alright, so let's start this off. You might see my buddy Cole walking around, but don't worry, he doesn't bite. First thing, Greek yogurt. This stuff's great. 100 calories, 17 grams of protein. It's better than ideal for the protein to calorie ratio. If you don't know what that is, for every 10 calories, you should have at least 1 gram of protein. So if this was 170 calories, this would be perfect. If this had 10 grams of protein, it would be perfect, but it's above that. So Greek yogurt stays in my kitchen. Next up, these guys right here, Alani Sherbet Swirl. Pretty sure this is my favorite flavor. I switch it up every once in a while, but these guys are great. I'm not a huge coffee guy just because I can't seem to drink it black. So these are great in the morning, you know, chug one before going off to work or school, and you're good for the day. Next up, we got eggs. I'm not a huge egg eater, but in certain recipes, I do use them. I don't typically eat like a fried egg or scrambled egg. They're typically in a recipe, but they stay in my kitchen. Extra lean ground beef. It says lean, but I asked for extra lean and it looks pretty lean. And boneless, skinless chicken breast. These two are the GOAT. I keep these in my kitchen constantly. They're in almost every recipe. They're delicious just on their own. They're delicious with stuff. With the ground beef, I typically like to do a taco something. So I'll either do like a taco macaroni, I'll do taco salads. Chicken breast is great for stir fries. I do chicken strips. Great, honestly, fried on its own with salt and pepper. These guys are staying in the kitchen. Sandwich meat. This stuff scares some of you guys, I know that. The fat content's not great. Actually, whoa. 1 gram of fat and 0.5 grams of fat, so I guess it's not that bad. I don't typically keep this in my kitchen solely for the fact that there's so much sodium in this. But this week I'm gonna be out on the field with a work placement and a little extra salt's not gonna hurt. This is in my kitchen constantly. This is no sugar added ketchup. It honestly doesn't taste that bad, and it's only 5 calories per serving, so that's staying. Seasoning packets, taco and gravy. The gravy I'll typically do like a hot hamburg put in. I'll cut up some potatoes, put them in the air fryer, put some ground beef in with this, put it on top of my fries, and it's delicious. This goes in my ground beef, makes anything taste like taco. It's great. I use it for salads. I use it for macaroni. I'll do a loaded Taco Bell fries with this. It's crazy. Love it. These guys are always in the kitchen. All right, let's talk fruits and vegetables. For some reason, this specific lettuce is my favorite. I think it's because it's dry and crunchy. I don't know, it's great. I keep these in the kitchen as much as I can. They are a little pricey. Strawberries are great. For a whole pound of strawberries is only about 150 calories. So this is great at night if you're still hungry and have a little bit of calories left. That's great. Cucumber, very low calorie. I feel like I'm actually getting sick of cucumbers, but these are gonna go great in my wraps. So I'm keeping this in the kitchen for now. Pickles. I was never really a big pickle guy until I saw the calories. There's 5 calories per pickle. If I'm hungry before a meal and I'm cooking, I'll snack on a few of these, and it keeps the calories low. Mind you, the sodium is a little high, so I get the 50% less sodium ones. These guys are great. They're low calorie and they help keep you full. Peanut butter. I don't do the natural stuff just because the macros aren't as great. This one is the 25% less fat, and it's only 80 calories per serving. I will only use 1 serving at a time. I'm very strict on my peanut butter because it is so easy to go out of hand. But it tastes amazing. All right, next we got tuna. I love The Office. Tuna's great. Super low calorie, super high protein. And I find it tastes great. What I like to do is I'll use a low calorie wrap, some Calorie Wise Miracle Whip, some low calorie cheese. The shredded stuff helps me stay more on track where I don't have to like cut the cheese, shred it myself. With this, I just open the bag, take a pinch, put it on my food scale. I know what I have. And then I found these. These are like really big wraps, and they're only 90 calories. I found these at Costco. I can't seem to find them in my town, so when I do find them, I stock up. They stay frozen in my freezer. But I'll mix all these together with some onion, a little salt and pepper, and put that in a frying pan and make like a tuna melt wrap. It's actually really good if you don't mind tuna. This is kind of put into the category of energy drinks with the Alanis, but this is a new monster that I found, Ultra Vice guava flavor. I gotta try this one. I don't keep this on hand, but I just had to try it. All right, protein pasta. This one tastes better. This one has better macros. So depending on what recipe I'm making, I'll switch them up. But if I had to keep one on hand for the majority of the time, it would probably be this one, just because it helps fit my macros that much better. Okay, I have to admit, I'm not a hot sauce guy, but Valentina hot sauce, I love. It honestly kind of tastes like, you know that sauce packet in a taco family kit? That's what this tastes like, with just a little more of a kick. I can stomach this one, and it's 0 calories per serving. And if I need a little bit of extra spice, I'll use this. Let's talk snacks, more specifically, easy grab and go snacks. Fiber One bars. I like the cinnamon ones. The brownie ones are good. I like to use these in my Ninja Creami ice cream, but these guys are great, quick, easy, low calorie, 90 calories, and it's got a good amount of fiber. These here are freeze-dried fruit. There is a little bit of extra added sugar, but I don't care. As long as it stays within my macros, I'm fine. 80 calories for the strawberries, 70 calories for the strawberries and banana. They're like super crunchy, they're really good, and they're just a great grab and go snack. This is the GOAT, Quest chips. They're a little bit pricey, but they are delicious. They're super high protein, relatively low calorie. I love these guys. These guys stay in my kitchen as much as I can keep them, because when I have them, I eat them. Okay, I know everybody loves ice cream, but recently I really learned that I love ice cream. So I have a Ninja Creami, and Fairlife milk is the base of every single ice cream that I make. This is always in my kitchen as long as I have my Ninja Creami with me. In saying that, protein powder is always in the kitchen, as well as these here. This is fat-free Jell-O pudding mix, and this just helps keep the ice cream super creamy and super flavorful. And as for ice cream toppings, thin Oreos. For some reason, I can keep these in the kitchen and not eat them unless I've tracked them. I don't feel too scared about having these in the kitchen, where they're labeled more of an unhealthy food or junk food. Last but not least, rice cakes. Rice cakes are great. I find some of like the more complex flavor ones are too high calorie for me, so I typically stick to the plain or the buttered popcorn. Last night I tried something new where I took Greek yogurt, peanut butter protein powder, and melted a little bit of semi-sweet chocolate chips on top, put it in the freezer for a little bit. Super good, crazy, crunchy, delicious snack. That recipe is definitely going to be in my roster. And that about wraps up the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sure there's a few things that I've forgotten. This is the majority of the foods that I eat. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.